at a Hall of Fame idea? And will these active players make it to the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done?
Yes.
These are all players in the NBA right now. Some are young, some are not, but these are good names on the list. First one, Zion Williamson. Will Zion Williamson make
Zero
that?
chance. Zero chance. Zero chance he makes the Hall of Fame.
Zero. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real.
If porn
Alright,
gets
negative
banned,
five,
he'll make
negative
the Hall of Fame.
Nah, dude, he has like a 50-50. He has like a real 50-50 chance.
Okay,
Hold up. I pulled up a
What
Hall of
if?
Fame probability. I pulled up Hall of Fame probabilities. I'm gonna look up Zion if he's even on here.
Okay.
He's not
Let
even
me
on.
let me
here.
get my
Dude, he can
spiel.
turn it up. He can turn it
The
up.
potential, Gabe. He's generational.
The potential.
Zion
He's
is
generational.
It only takes one season to get something
Hold
going.
on. Let me read you some names. He has a lower chance of making the Hall of Fame than Bradley Beal and DeAndre Jordan.
Fair.
Okay.
That's fair though.
But his
They're
career's
all
not
good
over.
players.
That's not
His
even
career's not over yet.
hold on.
His career's not over yet.
That's true. It's just beginning, Gabe.
He's got a lot of
Just
years.
beginning.
Oh,
They have
okay.
a top pick in the draft.
Okay, D'Angelo Russell has a higher Hall of Fame probability.
Okay, now that's somebody. That's somebody we could talk about. Guangdong Tigers. Hey, that's
He's
kinda
literally
crazy.
not. Clint Capella has a higher. JaVale McGee, Andrew Wiggins,
Is
Josh
he a
Hart.
bust to you? Is he a bust?
He's bordering. He's there. He's like the
Who's
only
a bust?
The only reason that I'm not saying it is because when he plays, he's elite, but he doesn't play so often. And even on top of everything, like even the fact that he does play, there's so many holes in his game, like in terms of him not being able to shoot the outside shot consistently, inconsistent free throws, his lack of size, and how that's going to play into it because you need a stretch five next to him. Like we haven't even seen that play out in a single playoff series because he hasn't fucking been healthy. So I can't even say like, even if he does stay healthy, that it's going to look good when he comes to playoff time. So that's why I
But
can't.
what if he reaches his maximum
But what if?
potential next season and throughout the rest of his career, everything goes right for him, and he, I don't know, gets a championship, some All NBA, some All Stars. Do you think there's a possibility that happens?
I'll be conservative.
I mean, yeah,
Let me tell you, I'll be like
That ain't happening.
52%. 52%. You know what I'm saying? That's a good
You're
gauge.
52. Nah, I'm a
Yeah,
bez on this
52
one.
is
I
pretty
think he's cooked, bro. This is just a good question, just because of his generational talent. But we've seen, even with some cases going on, allegations and everything happened in the past. I don't think he has the right head on his shoulders to really get things going, especially on the Pelicans organization and how they kind of treat their players moving forward, even with Anthony Davis being the top talent that he is and not succeeding in that organization. Bad organization for him to be in, hasn't shown us anything, no playoff games. Like, I think there's a 0% chance he.
I'm gonna
Let
tell
me
Zion
put
you
it
said
this way.
that.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
put
tell
it
him you
this
said
way.
that.
My
I'll put
bad.
it this
My
way.
bad,
If you
bro.
look at other players, like even the lower tier guys like a Kyle Lowry, they don't have to do anything for the rest of their career. They're already gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Zion, he has to do everything. He literally hasn't done jack shit up to this point, pretty much, besides
Exactly.
an All-Star appearance. Like he has to
Yeah,
do
and that was
everything
kinda
to get
given
to
to
that
him.
point.
Yeah.
He had a really good second year.
I'm hoping though. I'm not a Zion hater, so I hope he can turn it around.
I just want to see him in a playoff series. Like, can we get there first?
Yeah. And that might not even happen next year.
Pacers.
It
We
obviously
got a
won't
Pacers
happen.
for Game 7.
Omari, who do you think Zion will make it to Hall of Fame?
No,
Said -5.
that's
End
my
it there.
analysis too.
Yeah. All right, next player. My face of the league, LaMelo Ball. Will he make it to the Hall of Fame?
Yes, 100%, no question.
I'm going yes too.
Let me see.
He's a generational
LaMelo
talent,
Ball?
transcendent talent.
Hell
He
no.
really is a transcendent talent if you really think about it.
I'm gonna say
But
no, bro. I'm gonna say no. He's kind of in the same boat as Zion, damn near.
Nah, we're not.
All right.
He ain't
He's
been in
a
a
still
playoff
loser. He's
series
not gonna
either,
make
and he
shit.
don't fucking stay healthy either.
He will.
It's true, but I think the talent is there. He showcased that he can average at a high clip. Obviously, the basketball IQ could be better, but I feel like you get that over time. The team hasn't been great at all. Like the Hornets organization has been terrible. I feel like if he's in the right environment, I feel like the Hornets can turn it around. Maybe they get somebody that's good enough for them to play. Well, Brandon Miller comes back healthy. You turn around as an organization, and he has a shot. He just needs to be put in the right environment. I think the skill level's there. There's no questioning that. Staying healthy and just like being locked in for the rest of the year or for the rest of his career gives him a chance and an opportunity. Fame's already there. He just has to lock in.
Yeah, you
I
don't get
think
into
that-
Hall of Fame off fame. I know it's called the Hall of Fame, but you actually got to play
You
basketball.
gotta lock in. Gotta lock in.
I think
I
that
think he
he's
can.
somebody that like he's so like mindless in the way he plays basketball that like I think that if he is in like a good team, good environment, like he's someone that it seems like pressure doesn't. Obviously, he hasn't played in like big playoff games and stuff, so we have to see. But in general, like his demeanor and stuff, it doesn't seem like pressure is really gonna affect him when he gets to the highest. You know what I mean? I feel like he's always played at levels higher than he's supposed to be at. You know what I mean? And he showcased that. No matter what team you're on, I know we make jokes about Beal, but like averaging 30 on any team is still hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be a special talent to be able to do that. And he's still so young at the end of the day. Like he still has so much career ahead of him. If he stays healthy, and I don't think he should stay in Charlotte. In my opinion, I think he should have been gone or should leave. But yeah, if he leaves to a good organization who cares about winning and puts that good team around him, I think that the narrative around him will change almost instantly. Because he already has that cult following.
I'm also say this to put into perspective. Him and De'Aaron Fox are like about equal in terms of accolades, and I don't think De'Aaron Fox is making the Hall of Fame at all. And so I don't think LaMelo's making the Hall of Fame because they both got one All-Star appearance. Their numbers are kind of similar. I think.
LaMelo's younger though.
Yeah, sure, but that again, you're projecting at this point. It's like he has to do everything. Like he's not close to it. He has to a lot to build up. So, and I haven't seen it, especially in Charlotte. If he was in a better organization, I'd probably feel differently, but not in Charlotte. I don't think he's making a Hall of Fame as a Hornet unless he can rack up All-Star appearances, maybe off of that alone. But
yeah, probably no All NBAs until the team starts winning. Yeah, but I mean, he'd have to be the reason as to why. What about you, Gabe? Yes or no? Is he here? Can you hear us? Are you with us?
I was mudded. I'm back. Okay. For LaMelo, I say yeah, bruh. I feel like the talent and skills that he has is not like easily replicated, and he has been a little injury prone. But if that starts getting like a little bit fixed, I mean, what's to say he's not gonna go on a run? What's to say like he doesn't leave Charlotte? What's to say like he's not like having like I'm not gonna say 30, 10, and 10. That sounds ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like 27, 7, and 7. But like like those type of games, I could see it. He has that type of like skills, bro. He could do it. Yeah. And the thing is, like his basketball ability is not predicated off athleticism. Huh? He was averaging like 30 for like 3 months. But like I know.
Okay. I don't care about 3 months. So is Jalen Green. Well, we don't count that. It's the whole season. What you do the whole year.
Yeah.
He averaged 25.
He's only played more than 50 games one time.
Yeah, he needs to stay healthy. But I think if he stays healthy and figures that out, then he has a shot.
Yeah. I think
he's got a long way to go.
He gets better. He gets better every year. It's not inconsistent.
He can do this every year.
If Kemba Walker's not a Hall of Famer, there's no way LaMelo is going to be one with the same type of.
Honestly, I don't think he shouldn't. But I don't
what
think
did Kemba even do
and be in this position? Nothing. He's averaged good amount of points on.
But that's what I'm saying. If LaMelo doesn't start winning or actually contributing to winning,
good. He was like
going to be the same as Kemba.
Yeah. No, I just foresee him leaving Charlotte and two like going somewhere that takes basketball seriously.
The Clippers.
LAR way. All right, next player. Man currently in the finals, Jalen Williams. Can he build a case to make the Hall of Fame?
It's all said and done. They probably have to win multiple chips.
It's too early to say.
I mean, he made an All NBA. Well, yeah, we're projecting, if you will, career wise. He made an All NBA, all defensive team, wins a championship. You only need one. He can keep stacking All Stars and All NBA.
I'm gonna say yes because I think they're gonna win on Sunday, so that's gonna help him a lot.
Yeah, if you get a chip,
even one though, I think he would have to, like Hassan said, you have to stack your individual resume too. You know what I mean? Like, let's say he plateaus here. I don't think he will. I think he's going to continue to get better. But let's say he's worth the
even if he plateaus, he All NBA player. Shit.
It's only one though. You need to make more.
You know what I mean? Like it's just one, and then.
But I'm saying if he plateaus, you're still making All NBA like for the next 5 years. Is what I'm saying.
No, that's
he's
not
this good.
He won't make All NBA for the next 5 years.
Dude, if he's as good as he was this season, yes, he will.
No. Because I mean, it's
Nah,
like a
bruh.
toss.
They're not gonna put him in the
Nah.
All NBAs. They won't put
I
him
don't
in
think
the
they'll
All
win. I
NBAs.
don't think they'll be the first
People
seed
get better.
for 5 years.
There was no Luka this year. You know what I mean? There was no like a lot of people weren't even
No
qualified.
KD.
Like,
But what was he? Like,
Wemby was out
third
too.
team or second team?
Matters.
He was
pretty
second.
sure he was third or he's second. But
he
also
was
that's
second.
carried by record. You know what I mean?
I think there was a
He
lot of
was-
lucky
matters.
context into why he made
I'm
it
just
this
saying.
year.
I
By
don't
the way.
think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna plateau.
Ain't no way you're saying
I'm just
that's
saying like.
disrespectful.
I'm just saying he's not. I don't think he's a shoo-in because
He
Yeah.
plays with a
If
guy
he
who
were to
averages
plateau,
33.
if he were to plateau with that one ring, I think it would be a no. But I think that he has a good chance. But we'll see. He has
Who's
to.
it?
He
You
has
said-
to get
I
his
say no.
individual.
I think
accolades.
Jalen Williams is better than Zion Williamson. So I think he's gonna make the Hall of Fame because I think they're gonna win on Sunday. So
I think he's better
Better,
than
like
Zion,
right now,
too.
or a
I
better
think,
player.
I think he's better. That's not.
he's
I'm
better
putting it
overall in general, every aspect.
Overall,
Gabe is probably
Besides,
better.
Zion-
besides finishing at the rim, Zion's still elite.
If
at
Zion
finishing.
Yeah.
plays, he's
I'm
better
not
than
gonna break
J-Dub.
down by nitpicking, but I'm just saying like as a player.
Yeah.
If Zion plays the same as J-Dub plays, he's better than J-Dub as
No,
a
he's
player.
not. No,
That's
he's
a
He
big
is.
He doesn't
He's
play
literally
defense.
unstoppable. Like he's borderline unstoppable. J-Dub is
He's
stoppable.
very stoppable. Just make him shoot threes.
But
Yeah,
no one's
but
gonna
they can't.
like. He's not gonna do that.
Yeah, they can't.
Like, bro, if I'm not a good shooter, I'm still gonna try and drive in.
We
on him.
don't
I'm
know
gonna,
that
like,
because
take
this
over-
guy only plays meaningless games in fucking December.
When he got hurt in the play-in last year against you guys, he had like 30
He did.
something.
That was the closest we've got to playoff basketball from him.
Yeah, and he
One
got
game
hurt.
elimination. Like, but it's like I want to see how he plays when a team game plans for him and actually like tries to stop him as the number one guy. You know,
Yeah,
Better
I
player
don't
than
think that
J-Dub,
he's
though.
gonna be like his game has enough holes for me to be skeptical of that of him just like adjusting and figuring it out instantly.
yeah. Yeah, for J-Dub, though, I do think he'll make the Hall of Fame. I think he'll get more individual accolades. And personally, I think they're going to win on Sunday as well. So with the championship and more individual accolades, all defensive teams, a few more All-NBAs, I feel like he'll have a shot. And that's kind of all you need to get there, especially with the ring. So I think he'll get there.
You're saying yes because you think he's gonna win. What if he loses on Sunday? Does your case just like go out through the window because he's not a champion anymore?
No, I still
say
think he'll
yes.
get All-NBAs and all defensive teams.
And he'll
I
make
don't
Hall
think
of Fame
he'll
with
end
that.
up there. Yeah, 'cause some players don't have a chip. Carmelo
So
has
yes,
a chip, doesn't
regardless.
have a chip.
Yes,
He
because
has
he's
a-
gonna win.
Huh?
For you, it's yes regardless. It doesn't matter if he wins on Sunday, right?
Yeah, no, it was just a point to make. Like, oh, he has a chip. That boosts your resume. All right, another guy playing on Sunday, Tyrese Halliburton. Superstar allegations, overrated allegations. He has 2 All-NBAs already, some All-Stars. With the championship, I feel like that already kind of puts him on the right path, but it's still questionable because of his regular season performances.
I think
That's actually a tough one, but I'm gonna
From
say
going-
yes. I think just strictly off the fact he made the finals this year, even if as long as he doesn't have like god awful seasons like he did at the beginning of the year, if he just plays
Yeah.
well, the respect that he's gotten off the back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals run and the Finals run, like he might sneak into, especially in the East, he might sneak into some All-Star games and stuff because like people now know who he is and just have the
Yeah.
respect for him. So as long as he's like doing decent in the regular season, I think he'll get the accolades and I think he'll make
I think
it
so, too.
eventually.
I think he'll
Yeah.
make it too. I think going from being like someone who is regarded as the most overrated player in like the whole NBA to actually making it to the finals in a Game 7 game, and depending on what he does in Game 7, I don't know, but I think he will have a lot more to come in the Eastern Conference for the next few years. So I think he will make it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Already making it to the finals, potentially winning a championship. Already has 2 All-NBAs. He's only 25, and weaker East, he can sneak into more All-Star games as well. And that's kind of all you really need. You have recognition, you have respect. I think he's the best playmaker in the NBA right now as well, too. So you can kind of put him in the same trajectory as a CP. I think he's the best because he made it to the finals the way that he did as the engine of the team. So I feel like he's in that category. If he never wins a chip, he can still put in all NBA performances or
Hella
season.
clutch.
So
He's hella
yeah,
clutch,
he's
too.
clutch. Yep, he's on the list
Hella
forever.
clutch.
The Kobe's and Bronze of the world.
He's on him. Hate it or
Yeah.
love it, he's there.
Only 25 too. I think he'll build a good case.
Yes,
I
sir.
say yes 100%. I think they're gonna win on Sunday, so
Yes,
he's
sir.
the best argument. But just that too, like, I think that he'll have assist titles in his bag by the end of his career. You know what I mean? I think that
Yeah, that matters.
he'll have more. He'll have all NBAs. You know what I mean? As if he continues this trajectory, he'll continue to get all NBAs. You know what I mean? Even if his stats may not be as eye popping as other people, like this brand of basketball that he plays, his assist stats. You know what I mean? I don't. Who knows if they make it to the finals again, even if they win, but. You know, I think that he'll continue to be a pretty good playoff performer.
Mhm.
So I think that Tyrese has like I'm not gonna say he's a shoo-in. I mean, it's hard to say anyone's a shoo-in at this point, but I think he has a really high chance based on what he's doing, like with at least with this part of his career.
Yeah, 4 yeses finally. All right, next player, Donovan Mitchell. Hasn't gone out the second round of the playoffs, but individually he has the accolades: 6-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, and All Rookie performance. And then his career average is 24 points or 25 points per game. It's one of those guys that never. He might not win a championship in his career, but individually he gets the accolades. So there's a case for him.
He's Paul George 2.0. Kidding.
Paul George made it to the conference finals, though.
Yeah, he made his 8 conference finals. That's true.
Paul George will be a Hall of Famer. Let's say that. He's not on my list, I think.
I'm gonna go yes for Donovan Mitchell. It says right now, like if he ended his career now, he has a 30% chance. And I'm just gonna go on a limb and say that at some point in his career, even if it's as a second option, he's gonna get to the finals. I just believe in him. I believe in like the player he is, the mindset that he has. Anytime you hear him, he's always about the team, always about winning. He always wants guys like Garland, Evan Mobley to get all the praise. Like he's always trying to get them in the right mindset, get them better. So I like to hear that from him. And because of that, I think he's going to be a guy who's going to be around a long time. He's going to continue to put up numbers as long as he's on the Cavs and then even after the fact. So I assume that eventually he's going to get a couple runs, get some more All NBAs, and he's going to make it through that, even if he never wins.
Yeah, I agree. I think the talent's just too great for him. I think he's a consistent player. He's been consistent since his rookie year. Like you said, good leader, good head on his shoulders. Always puts players above him, the team above him. In fact, that's the right mindset and approach to it. He'll only get better over time. And then even as a second option, I do think he'll get a good run. Conference finals for me, at least.
Yeah,
One of
as
these
a second
seasons.
option, that team has to be crazy if he's a second.
He's
I
a
agree
great
200%.
Yeah, so
I agree as well.
More.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you put it in we're still talking about Mitchell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When we put it in this perspective, like Paul George and him, like, I guess like even if he doesn't, I would say like he would have to achieve some sort of winning, but I don't know. Paul George has had really high. I think Paul George's highs were still higher than Donovan's so far. So it's still kind of hard to say. And plus, he still had like the longevity of a career.
Yeah, I think Paul George is a shoo-in.
I'm looking at like comparable players to him, but this is obviously up to this point in his career. Like if he just stopped playing today or just fell off. Do you guys think John Wall is a Hall of Famer? Because that's like who he's up against right now.
Nah, he's like a street legend.
Yeah, facts.
Well, so he's got a ways to go, I guess.
He a Hall of Famer in the streets.
Yeah.
Who?
John Wall. I don't think he's ever gone out the second round. I think the most wins he's ever gotten is 49. Yeah. He has some individual.
Not going
to be honest, Donovan's accolades are already better. John Wall never made. Well, he made 1 All NBA. D Mitch has 2.
He had a
John
short
Wall
prime
5 All Stars.
like,
D Mitch has
John
6.
Wall needs just.
But that's just his closest comparison.
I like Bradley Beal has a better career than John Wall.
Yeah, he does. Sure.
Yeah.
Even with this shot, with the shitty
Let's
end
see.
of it.
What's his percentage?
No, he doesn't. Like percentage wise, Bradley Beal's at 22%. John Wall is at 32, and Donovan Mitchell's at 30.
What?
Oh, you think because I think he has more All-Star appearances?
Bradley Beal's at, like, besides that 1 year, he scored 2 years he scored 30 back to back. Like his accolades aren't all that. He only averaged 20 1, 2, 3 other times, and then he's a 3-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA. And I'm assuming he's never gonna get there again because like.
I mean, it's still not really. He should have been also left the Wizards. You know what I mean? So I feel like his legacy. Yeah, his legacy is because he was on that shitty team for so long.
So, same with John Wall, but John Wall averaged like 20 and 10.
Yeah, but John Wall like died instantly. You know what I mean? Like he didn't even have the longevity of a career like.
But when John Wall was the leader of that team, they was actually making playoff.
No, they were good. Yeah, I think if he had a regular career, didn't get injured, I think he's a Hall of Famer. But
yeah,
he is like I guess not as bad as Greg Oden, but like his prime. He's like Derrick Rose. You know what I mean? At the
Man,
end of
this
the day.
3-year stretch
Obviously
right
not as
here,
good,
he was,
but-
dude, my God, he was averaging 18 and 10, 20 and 10, 23 and 11.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
him and
nice.
Martian Gortat pick and roll was
He was on the he was on the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
I think he was definitely gonna be a superstar. Like if his knees held up.
Dude,
Well, I
and
thought
he
him and
made an
Kyrie
all
were the best.
defensive team. I don't remember John Wall being that good at
Yeah, he
defensive
was
team
solid.
good
He
at
was
defense.
good. Yeah,
God.
John was a good player. I mean, I feel like he lived up to the number
Yeah,
one.
he had a
on
tragic career. Like I think people should idolize. Like if you were to, people idolize him like they did the Euros if he was on a bigger market. You know what I mean?
Maybe
I remember
feel
when he
like
went to
Euros doesn't
Houston.
talk as much. John Wall has some crazy quotes.
No, he was already cooked. By the time he got to Houston, he was cooked.
Yeah,
We were
No, but
like by the time he got to Houston, we were praying that like he had a revival. You know what I mean?
This is his career. So at 28 years old, that was his last good season. That's when he got hurt. He averaged 20 and 9 before he got hurt in that year in Washington, 2019. The year after, didn't play because he tore his shit. Then 40 games with Houston, he averaged 20 points, 7 assists, not bad. Then he tore his shit again, and then he went. And then that was it. That was pretty much it. For
Yeah.
his career.
went downhill from there.
And he was doing it like, well, I guess that's like 2020, but I feel like even just in the past like 3-4 years, like medicine's taking a jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like since he was getting hurt, I feel like at
feel like
least
it's
for his
terrible.
first time
John
too.
was a better
Maybe
player than
mentally. Maybe he didn't want to play
Omari now.
mentally.
Maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
true.
too.
Because it happened
So not
like
everyone
back
can really
like
work
twice
through that.
back to.
Yeah,
back to back.
not everyone can really work through that. You make it
Also,
M's already.
tearing your Achilles twice is like
Yeah,
the career ending.
Achilles is the worst injury in basketball because of your twitch.
yeah,
Like ACL, you can come back from. It just takes longer, but Achilles is like you don't have that same jump that you did pre-Achilles injury.
yeah.
I
KD's
never
just
had the
lucky
jump
he's
anyway.
KD.
Katie's KD, but I felt like Katie's twitch was better, obviously, before he got hurt.
Yeah. I saw a
Yeah,
video of him
that's
in like
true.
open runs, and people are saying
Yeah,
this is
saw that too.
before the Achilles injury.
Yeah,
Has to be.
that's true. He was definitely faster, like side to side too. Like his crossover was better.
Yeah,
It's mostly
Like,
the
he gets to his
lateral
spots real
quickness.
good, but like, he still gets to the spot probably the same amount. But like the way he did it before, like he was
Yeah.
really just saucing. You know what I mean? Now he's just like
Same with
so
Kawhi.
efficient at getting to the
Kawhi,
spot.
Kawhi will they'll just like muscle their ways into spots or skill wise their way into
Yeah.
spots and make
Yeah.
basket instead
But
of
before,
like
Warriors
pushing.
KD and OKC KD niggas,
Yeah.
like, and like, oh my god,
Yeah,
damn, nigga,
zooming.
like you're 7 feet.
All right,
So,
next guy, another individual performance guy who puts up stats. Made one Eastern Conference Finals. Trae Young, 4-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA. I don't know what his career looks like moving forward. I don't
Jesus
think
Christ,
he's going to
yeah,
win in
what?
Atlanta, but he's always going to put up stats.
He's right below Donovan Mitchell with 28% Hall of Fame
Really?
probability.
He's a
I don't
walking
really know,
30-10
'cause
bomb.
I don't think he'll ever really
This
be a
is a tough
winning,
one.
like not just a winning player, but I don't think the way his career is going, I don't think he's, and the way the league is going, like unless he just goes to a stacked up team, I don't see much like real winning in his future.
I'm gonna
You know
say
what I
he's
mean?
gonna make it, but not first ballot. He's gonna be one of those guys that like gets in on the third try or whatever. Because I agree with Omari. I don't see that him unless he goes to a stacked team or whatever, like with a Wemby or something like that, that he's gonna win, especially because of his deficiencies on defense. But this guy is consistently averaging 25 and 10, leading the league in assists. Like the numbers alone, the volume, I think he's gonna end up making it off that and the All Stars and all that stuff. So
And I feel like
I
it'll
agree.
continue for a couple of years too. Like, and he'll get some because he's been like a secondary All-Star player, like a substitute for someone's who's been hurt for like a year. Damn All-Star. He's like the poster boy for that because he gets his stats, but he doesn't win.
Backup.
Yeah, he's a backup every time. So I don't know if he's gonna get another All NBA from his own merit. I mean, we'll see what Zachary Richer looks like. Then you get Johnson back next year too. Maybe you get something going in Atlanta. They got one conference finals appearance off of his motor, so we'll see. But he's definitely a stat guy, and I agree with Bez. Like he'll be maybe a second ballot Hall of Famer who gets in one of these weak years or something like that.
Yeah.
Off stats alone.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, next one. Another three legend,
Sorry to get
like
missed.
Omari says.
Hey, how many got on this?
Jason Williams.
Like 10 minutes.
DeMar DeRozan. 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. And then just a bucket.
I'll say yeah.
What do you think his probability is right now?
I
42%.
say nah. I say 74.
61.
He's at 48%.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm saying no,
Oh,
honestly.
basically 50-50.
I feel like
I think it is a 50-50, honestly, because he's never won, but he's been
yeah,
around for
I think
a
he'll
while.
make it eventually.
nah, it's a no for me. This is where, like I said, line because I don't think he's older than these guys that we mentioned before. So his career is coming to an end. I don't think he'll make another All-Star appearance or an All-NBA appearance. So his individual accolades are done for, unless he wins a championship as like the fourth option on the team or something like that, where we don't see him. Like me personally, I don't see him being that type of contributor because he's a more of a mid-range guy. As this, and he takes a lot of volume. He doesn't shoot threes at a high clip either. So I don't think he'll be on a team that is contributing to winning, and he'll just put up stats that are meaningless at his end of his career. And right now, his resume is not good enough for me to say that he'll be a Hall of Famer. I like the
He
guy
has
though.
like
He's a good.
25,000
You
points.
you're lucky, right?
He has
I just
25,000
love
points, I
DeRozan.
think.
All right, points are Joe Johnson
a
got
lot
like
of
25,000 too. He a Hall of Famer.
I don't know if he has 25. I gotta
Yes.
double check that. But
It's
I
a
know
joke.
DeMar got like 25K plus. Because that's not a lot of people like it's good, like a lot do, but it's like elite people, Hus.
Okay, he's a good scorer, but that's just consistency and longevity, right?
Okay, but like you gotta credit that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta it's not everyone could do it. How many points does Paul George have? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's an All NBA, All Defensive Player, All Star players. Like he has individual accolades, and he's gone to conference finals as the number one
He's got a little bit of
multiple times. He's
individual
not a scrub.
accolades. DeMar's not a
PG ain't a
scrub either.
scrub.
I don't know.
He's not, but 6-time All Star and 3-time or 2-time All NBA is not enough.
Yeah, I can
3-time All
look agree
NBA.
with Hassan now. I think you're right.
Hey,
He's a
man,
bucket.
Stats at 48% though, so it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
I-
another one of those guys that I think if he makes it, he's gonna have to get in like a weak year or something like that. Because I don't see any like obvious case for him outside of like the longevity. He's like top 30 in scoring, but again, it's because he's been around for a while and played a lot of games. So
Yeah. And he's consistent with him with the score. All right, I got 3 more, Omari, just for you. All right, next one. Joel Embiid, the MVP. Will be a Hall of Famer. 7-time All Star, 5-time All NBA, 3 All Defensive.
Yeah,
So he has accolades already, but he's not the greatest leader. Can't get out the second round. Weak-minded, terrible quotes.
what do you think his percentage?
No hoes.
I'd say 67.
Yeah, that's literally spot on. It's 67.
Oh, really?
Let's
Go. Yeah, he like looking at his career accolades. It's all there. Like even the MVP even pushes it to like the next level. Because no way you're an MVP. Looking at the list, maybe Derrick Rose is the only MVP that will like never make the Hall of Fame. But all these other guys on the MVP list that I saw earlier today will make it.
Yeah, I think even if he's cooked from this point on and like never plays basketball, he's still a Hall of Famer. So,
yeah, he can never get out the second round and still make it to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and if he's healthy next year, he'll probably make the All-Star team. And their team's probably just going to get better with the 3rd pick.
It'd just be a tragic ending to his career if he can't make another All-Star. Like if he's actually genuinely
Celtic
half the player
Shaq.
he was. Yeah.
All right, next guy, John Morant. Does he make the Hall of Fame? Let me see his stats. I think it's check. He's a younger dude though.
That's a tough one.
He's 2-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA.
That really depends.
Yeah.
It's just like
Bro,
so much
DeMar's
we
making
haven't
Hall of
seen,
Fame.
you know
I
what
don't care.
You know what? I'm gonna say
no.
John Morant, I'm gonna say no because I think Trae Young is on the fence and he has he has better accolades than John Morant. So I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, I'm going with you. I'm going no too, Bez. Like I don't think he's gonna lead a team to a championship, even if he's a 2nd or 3rd option on the team as a guard. I feel like since
3rd is crazy. I think he could do it 3rd, but I agree with first for sure.
I don't know. We'll see, but right now I can't. There's no way for me to believe it from what I'm seeing so far. I feel like the incidents that's happened with his career outside of basketball have influenced it to the point where it's kind of hard from a PR perspective to even allow him to be in the Hall of Fame. If Kyrie's having trouble with what he's been through to be top 75, just with John Morant, the trajectory that he's been going on, path that he's been going, is going to be hard from a PR perspective. But even then, statistically, I don't think he'll get there. I feel like there's just staying in the West as well. There's better guards that have been doing it at a higher level. I think it's only going to continue to get harder too. So I feel like individual accolade wise, he's not going to get there. But good player. That's my no.
I think he does.
No, you guys make good points. I think that it just depends on it. It depends on winning. You know what I mean? It depends on him. Not even winning chips. It's just like he's not gonna make all NBAs. Like I think he can average the stats for it, but he's not gonna make it if his team's not good. You know? So like him putting up stats on a Dookie team is not gonna really help him. So I think that if the Grizzlies can kind of turn around where they're at, because he's still really young. You know what I mean? And we've seen what heights he averaged like 27, 28 once. Like if you're doing that if they get back to where they were, they were third seed, you know what I mean? Second, third seed a lot. Like while he had his good, you know what I mean? Who knows what the team will do? You know what I mean? They could make some moves.
I like to your point earlier when we were talking about ring culture, it's only gonna get harder to even get to that stage, especially with how the West is looking and the whole NBA as a whole, as talent keeps coming in, talent keeps getting better. So it's just gonna be harder for him. I don't know if he gets better. He can.
To Hassan's point with the trade they made, I don't see. First of all, I agree with him that I don't think he could be the number one on a championship level team. And then I think he could be a 2, but it's like, where are you going to get a player that's better than him, especially considering the situation you're in? Like, I don't see that changing anytime soon unless he goes somewhere else. Yeah. So I just can't see getting better.
I think he should leave, in my opinion. But I just think that because not even so much of him being like, I just think that he needs, like, if you're not going to win chips, you need all NBAs pretty much and all stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's just like, even if he gets back to like a level he was playing at, it really just depends on whether or not his team is a third seed, you know what I mean, or his team is fucking fighting for playing, you know what I mean, every year.
We didn't even bring up the injury history with him too. Like if you want to get all individual accolades, you need to be healthy.
You gotta play.
You can get that.
You gotta play that 65 now. Which is kind of crazy because it does change the landscape for the All NBAs and stuff like that. But you know, I am an advocate for it because I want people to play more. So
yeah, same here. All right, last one for you guys. Mr. Devin Booker, 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA.
No, it's good. That's a toughie one too.
Yeah, what do you think his percentage is at right now?
I said
30, 32.
35.
I think it's taller than Mitch.
You think it's they
from accolades perspective, I think it might be lower. I think Mitch has more accolades.
In the finals.
But he did get to the finals. Yeah. Mitch has more All NBAs and All Star appearances.
They gave him an 8% chance to make the Hall of Fame. Devin Booker.
No, that's disrespectful.
That's a good rating.
Damn.
That's a good rating, though.
No, it's not.
I feel like Devin Booker is one of those guys that'll be a forgotten legend if it's the way that his career is going. Like you'll be the guy like, oh, remember Devin Booker? He was a hooper. Like he was doing everything in Phoenix. Probably the greatest Phoenix Sun ever, and like scoring, assists. Like that's gonna be the Phoenix guy, but they never accomplished anything. Like DeRozan, I guess, but he stays.
DeRozan
with Toronto.
That's why Vince Carter's in the Hall of Fame, right? That's why Vince Carter's in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, you didn't look at his accolades, buddy.
I did. 8-2 or 8-3. DeRozan's there.
Hey,
don't bullshit.
And you think Devin Booker's gonna have 8 All-Star
like a fucking legendary name?
Does who? Devin Booker?
You think he's gonna have
when some old heads retire, he might have like a few more All-Stars.
I think I have more All NBAs.
I don't know, man.
He's a boy. He's a top 3 shooting guard.
Like, okay, like let's say
I'm gonna say no.
They're gonna be asked this year. But you know what I mean, if they continue to be asked, I don't think he's gonna put up with it like he was a young.
I honestly think he'll be a Phoenix fan for the rest of his career.
I think he'll get his jersey retired by the Suns, but he won't make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If they don't fix the team,
even allowed
by like next year, I think he's out of there.
Udonis Haslam.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like you think it'd be like a Dame situation, like
do that again.
Yeah, you think it'll be a Dame situation? I don't know. Dame was a Hall of Famer in Portland. Before he went to Milwaukee, he was already Hall of Fame.
But he was making so many All NBAs, like
because he was putting up baskets. He was
Dame
like 30
has a 99% chance to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no,
give him 101. That dude's for sure making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and he was on he elevated those Portland teams too. Like when we have to give Devin Booker the elevation nod, like you got to take that superstar step because he was a superstar a couple years back. and then
know
now
what
it's
I'll
kind of
say,
like
Hassan?
fading away
Hassan.
respect wise.
To
Yeah,
what you're
but
saying,
that's what I'm saying. I
you're
think
like,
they
dog,
has to
like
have
when
a
are you
better
gonna
team.
when are you gonna carry your team? Like when are you gonna do it?
Basically, or
That's what I'm waiting for. I
Carry
mean,
or leave. Carry or leave.
Yeah,
He
carry your
can't
leave. If
even
you're not gonna
that.
carry,
Yeah,
don't
he
waste
has to
your
leave. In
time.
my opinion, like that team is kind of like locked. Even if they trade KD, like what they're gonna
Yeah.
get back is not gonna be enough. They're already asked. Like they're gonna
But if
be
he
worse
carries,
than
he'll get
before
aura.
KD.
I got one for y'all
Like-
for Hall of Fame.
All right.
Do y'all think he's gonna make it? Rudy Gobert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Too many accolades.
Unfortunately,
Too many individual accolades. You
He's
can't
only
have
at
the
a
Accolades,
28%
rebounding stats, and
that's
defense.
dumb. That's stupid.
Yeah, 4-time
that's
DPOY.
just crazy. Yeah, 4-time DPOY. You're gonna make it. Like
Yeah. How many All-Star appearances do he have? He has a couple too.
3,
Such an undeserved All-Star player too. Believe
which
it or
makes
not.
no sense. You won
Such a-
DPOY 4 times, but only made All-Star 3 times. Like what happened that year? You were so bad offensively, you couldn't even make All-Star
yeah,
games.
Or there's better offensive players. 8-time
he's-
All-Defensive player.
I think he might be the worst offensive player in the Hall of Fame. Like bar none. I swear to God.
Yeah, probably.
Here,
probably.
let me read you.
He'll be the most
year that he won
uncoordinated.
DPOY, the year that he won DPOY and didn't make the All-Star game, he averaged 13 points. And let me see.
Guys,
let's see
let
what
me
it
Hassan, listen to this. Hassan, I feel like people in the 60s to 80s have better coordination than Rudy Gobert. Dude's
Yeah, I
playing in the
agree with you.
60s to 80s. That is
100%.
insane. Basketball wasn't even a thing like that, bro.
They were the 5th seed. So
They
if he's
definitely
not
have
like a
better
top
handles.
3 seed, he ain't making an All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's true.
He has 8 all-defensive teams. He might probably make another one. I
Gobert-
think you might make.
You put
I think when it's all said and done, I think you can get 10 off of his
hey,
what
you
he
put
does.
Gobert in the 50s, he becomes
Oh, for
Bill
sure.
Russell. Huss.
Man,
Shit, yeah, you might have a point, bro.
if you have that many all-defensive teams, 4 DPOYs, just off straight defense, you should make the Hall of Fame. I don't care who you are. If you take the name away and just see the defensive accolades, that's all.
How do you say that sentence with no disgust? That's such a crazy thing to say to me. Like I can't say.
I'm just
it
looking
normal.
at the numbers. I don't see
Like
the
dude
name.
is not a hooper. Hassan, the dude is not
He's
a
not.
hooper though. You could
He's a
tell me
great
that.
defender though. He's a generational
But he's gonna
defender.
make the Hall of Fame.
Not generational,
He's
he's
gonna make the
all-time
Hall of
defender.
Fame. Oh my god.
Yeah, because he's a really good defender.
Unfortunately, I think he deserves it. So
There you go, Omari.
Yeah,
You know-
I
you know
say
he
it,
has
but
no
I don't.
bag.
I don't easily say it.
You know, he has
no,
no
it's
bag.
unfortunate. Very like it hurts my soul. But
Back
I
to
don't
Devin Booker.
understand.
Devin
Real
Booker's like
hoopers.
a
There's
double-edged
real
sword.
hoopers who are not gonna make the Hall of Fame,
Yo,
and this dude's gonna
it's
make
actually crazy though because like I'm looking at his like game log and accolades. So the first year that he was in Minnesota, you remember that was bad. Everyone was saying they fucking got
Yeah.
policed. He was terrible. He averaged a career low in not a career low in blocks, but career low since his rookie season, 1.4. So that fell off. Then the next year, this dude wins another DPOY, okay, first team all defense, and then this year again he's not on any defensive team. So I don't know what's up with the narrative around his name.
Did he
Like
make
I
a
don't think
second
he's
team this year?
changing that drastically over seasons for people to be like flip flopping on him. Like it's strictly off team success or something.
Yeah, it is team success.
Which
That's
is a
lot of
little
players, man. You can say that
unfair.
for like, I think I don't know if Gabe made this point earlier about like J Dub or something like that, like making all NBA's team success and playing with SGA. People
That's
can make
fair.
that argument. It's something. Some things are just team success based, which is fine because you're winning games. You
They
should be
look
rewarded
better
for that.
because of the people around you. You know what I'm saying? It looks like.
I just think it's crazy how drastic of a
Optics.
change it is. Like you go from DPOY winner to not even like they show DPOY rankings up to the 5th spot. He wasn't even top 5. I don't think because it's
Yeah,
not even
and
a
it-
show.
Fraud.
defensively, if
He's a
you're that good
fraudulent
defensively, you
human.
should always help your team win games, regardless of who's on the floor. But I mean, it's like
All
Gabe
right.
said, no coordination, bro. He just helps his team in certain ways.
It really is the blocks because the first year in Minnesota and this year he's only averaging 1.4. Every other year he's averaging at least 2 blocks a game. So
Yeah. As
Dog,
long as
if
Wemby
you give
stays healthy
Gobert-
too, he's not winning another one, but 4 is still impressive.